Woke up this morning and I prayed to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life.
Yahawashi, blessed be Yahawah, blessed be Yahawashi.
Shalawam! Welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. Hey, because this is where the Helpmeets
Helpmeets
Hangout.
Hangout. Hey, welcome to the Helpmeets. Shalawam.
Shalawam, y'all.
Y'all, Lily's skin over there just popping. It's just popping.
Listen, mind your business. Say your prayers. Drink some water.
Eat your fruits.
That's right.
She over there taking care of herself. We love it. Hair popping, all that. Shalom, y'all.
Period. Shalawam.
So, do you want to introduce what we're talking about today?
You can have the pleasure of doing so.
Oh, okay. So today we're talking about nation building starts with the children. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
so
so
you was
sorry.
just gonna kick me off like that?
I
That's
never
okay.
would do that.
You don't even want me here. Sorry.
No, that was saying so like yeah. But can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
We
so
can.
today we're gonna be talking about let me pull my thing down. We're gonna be talking about nation building starts with the children. So we're gonna be, going into how wicked the school system really is and how they really are trying to destroy our children. And we're gonna talk about homeschooling. And we're gonna bring on a guest speaker, so she can share her wisdom with us in that area. And we're really excited, we're really excited. And it's really the spirit that Lily suggested this idea because I was at work talking to two different sisters about homeschooling. One of the sisters, she said she was homeschooled all of her high school years. And another sister was saying how she wants to start her own home daycare. I was like, see, as a spirit. As a spirit. So we're really excited about this episode. I'm really excited to bring the sister on here so she can share her wisdom with us and drop that wisdom,
Yes,
okay?
y'all. We got a real dope sister coming on here that is an elder sister, and we don't. I think we talked about this in a previous podcast on how we need our elder sisters. We need
Exactly.
that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we haven't experienced. They have been here
Mm-hmm.
longer than us, so we need our elder sisters, and it's just a real honor and pleasure to even have this sister come on and speak with us. But I think this is a real mighty type topic, especially in today's time, because we have our children being introduced to so much wickedness through social media, public school, and you know. Um, just so many different streams that our children get introduced to wickedness. So to have, you know, an a solution, I'll call it a solution to, how we have or how we can, raise our children and stray them away from the wickedness and show them the righteous ways, to be, a Lord willing, this is edifying. Lord willing,
Come. It's a real blessing. We definitely need our elder
it is.
sisters because we don't have a lot of elder women. Like a lot of our elders, their grandmas, they stuck in their ways, they real opinionated, so it's really a blessing to have an elder sister in the truth with knowledge was understanding by Yahawashi. So it's a blessing. I'm excited. Um,
Con.
I'm excited. Um,
Y'all, I've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff about well, even when I was growing up, this ain't nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. Oh, snap. Can we wanna read those precepts first to start the
Okan, see, we
episode?
forgot
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay. All praises. Man's going to the Lord though, but I'll get the first Peter one. We meant to bring these out before we started talking, but it's, man's going. But this is First Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth, that Yahawah in all things may be glorified through Yahawah Shah HaMashiach, to whom be praised the men forever and ever. Amen. So, we would just want to give all praise and glory to Bahasham Shai, because it is only of him that we're able to do this podcast. It is only of him that this elders is able to share their wisdom. It is only of him that we're able to just share our wisdom through this podcast. Bahasham Shai. So we just want to speak the organs of the Most High and not of our own belly. So
And I'm gonna read Proverbs 22:6. It's train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So we want to make sure that we're instructing our children with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and not the foolishness and folly of this world. So that when they're older and they grow up, they can also, not only know which way to go and know how to behave, know how to act, know, what they should and shouldn't be doing, right from wrong, but they can also share that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding with their children as well. So,
Con.
and be the light and share it with those around them that may not know. So,
I see
you
that.
know, con. Did you want to start with the first point?
So something that let me go to it. So, we know that this society has a lot of, how can I put this? It's a lot of celebrities of our people that they put in front of us. They don't, and the celebrities, the industry is all wicked, but you don't see a lot of Edomite or Moabite, so-called white or so-called Asian. You don't see a lot of them talking about drugs, twerking on cars, all of this madness. They put our people in the center of that. So that's who we could look up to. So we have our princesses. They see Cardi B. They see, they know Cardi B songs better than
Yeah,
they know the
Glorilla.
ABCs.
They know Glorilla. They
They
know
know all of the songs word for
Carisha.
word.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know. I didn't even know that was a. I didn't even know who that was until I was watching the that link you sent me with that sister, and it was talking about protect our children, and she was bringing out some mighty points about how Carisha. She talk about, and I think her name Young Miami, but she go by
Yeah,
Carisha now or
yeah,
something, and she dating Diddy, but they was just saying she was just
yeah.
saying how she went on Twitter and it's young women talking about I'm gonna have a Carisha summer and I'm living my life like Carisha and these are the women that our children, our sisters look up to, or even our young men are looking at these women like this is what I want in a girlfriend when it should be
Yeah,
I don't want that to be I
right,
don't want to wife a sister like that or things like that. So
right.
yeah,
Definitely, that's madness. Yeah, it's madness. That's definitely what our sisters look up to. Hot girl. They want to have a hot girl summer. I want to have a hot girl summer.
yeah,
But that's what they put in front of us. They want to destroy our. Remember Exodus? They wanted to destroy us.
yeah,
They want to destroy our princesses. They want to destroy our young men, our kings. They're trying to destroy us as a nation. And at some point, we have to break these generational curses and build our nation back up. That's the whole point of coming to this truth, to rebuild. Because we've been discontinued from our heritage, as the scriptures say. We've lost our foundation. We've lost where we came from. So we have to come back and we have to build our children back up. We have to build our nation back up. And it starts with the children. So they can grow up. They can be the light.
mm-hmm.
They can be the next generation to do what's right. So
Yep. Because just
Con.
like I don't know if y'all remember that young boy. It was an article speaking on a young man that I think he was at basketball practice or something like that, and they was making him like forcing him to eat like the pepperoni pizza,
Oh, I remember
and he knew
that.
that he was a brew, and he was like, I'm not supposed to eat that. I'm not supposed to eat that. And I don't know what the case was. I forgot. Y'all had to go look it up, or Lord willing, we
I
could
remember
pull
what
it
you're
up,
talking about.
during the live. But the young man was basically pressured into eating the pork, and so it just was like we got to really instill these law, statutes, and commandments and the fear of the Lord within our children, so that the little brother would have been like, you know what, I don't care what you're gonna do to me. You could tell me I ain't gonna be on the team. You could tell me, I'll get a failing grade in this class, whatever. I'm not eating that pork. So it's just small things like that. Well, that ain't small because it's a sin, but it's things like that. I'll say it's things like
Yeah.
that really matter, where we do have to, nation building starts with the children. It start with
I
them.
can pull it up right now. I got the article. Our personal high. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna read this part. This is in 2021. The student does not eat pork because he's a Hebrew Israelite. High school football coaches fired after allegedly forcing players to eat pork. A high school football coach and 6 assistant coaches have been fired after they allegedly forced a player to eat pork against his religious beliefs as punishment for missing a non-mandatory practice. When the teenager returned to practice 4 days later, the head coach told him he had to eat a pepperoni pizza. Otherwise, his teammates would be forced to do extra drills and his own status on the team could be compromised. Everyone on the team knows this child would not eat pork. The student who consumes only meat or poultry that is certified kosher because he is a Hebrew Israelite was forced to eat the entire pizza in the school gym while his coaches and teammates watched, according to Gilbert. I'm gonna stop there. Lord willing, y'all gotta look that up in your own time. But that's very important. Why we have to instill, these laws, statutes, and commandments in our kids and our children, this upcoming generation. Because we was just talking about this not too long ago. Lily made a video on it. Me and her sister Yahawah and I did a live on it like last week. We gotta be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not eating that. I'm not touching that. That's against my. I'm not transgressing the laws of my God. Yahawashi. I'm not doing it. But our generation, our young princess and our young our princesses and our kings, they don't know that. They know they do whatever they want, however they want, because that's what they see. That's what Esau has put in front of them. And that's what we have put in front of them. We have the I want to say the older generation have failed us, but they didn't know any better. So
they did the
we
best
gotta
that they could do, and that's what
come on.
I've been trying to understand, and just really be like, you know what, they did the best they could do with what they had, and now that we know a little bit more, it's like, okay, now that we know better, we got to go ahead and do better. So yeah.
Khan, you ready to bring her on?
Yes, y'all, without further ado, we have our sister Giah, and I'm really excited. I want to hear her opinions, her thoughts on this topic, and see, what are some solutions that we can come up with, especially with her having and operating, her own homeschooling program. I'm super excited, and Lord willing, y'all can get some edification from this wise sister. So, without further ado, we're going to bring on our sister Giah.
Khan, all praises. These motorcycles loud over here. That's Satan. I'm gonna have to close the garage. Okay, y'all just bear with us. Uh, kids can't even be kids no more. Kids want to be
No,
grown.
they making our
They,
children grow up so fast, especially with this
I
these
remember
iPads.
kids don't. It's beautiful over here though, where I live at. You don't really see kids going outside no more nowadays. But I live in these apartment complexes, and there's a lot of Israelites over here. A lot of Israelite kids, surprisingly, because I'm in a predominantly white area. It's a lot of Israelites in this neighborhood, but they always outside. Like they they stay outside. That's beautiful because when I was, you don't really see that like that no more. You see kids always on their phone, but them kids be outside playing, having a time of their life. I just want kids to be kids again.
Let's make Israel great again.
Okay, that needs to be a slogan on a shirt. Make
We need a
Israel
shirt.
great again. Somebody need to make a shirt.
Okay, the sister, she just having a little bit of technical difficulty. It's okay, y'all, but we're going to keep this thing rolling.
We're gonna keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, I was thinking about how, y'all, I've been seeing a lot of stuff with, um, like in LA or California and stuff like that. They've been having like the drag queens coming and
Yes,
reading to
I've
the
been seeing
babies and
that.
stuff like that.
Oh, she
And
here.
it's really, oh, she is. Oh, I'm so excited.
How are you? Oh, there I
Shalawam.
am.
Shalawam.
Shalom. I'm trying to turn it up
Shalom.
because I can't hear. Okay.
Oh, can you hear us now?
Shalawam.
Oh, yeah, I hear you now. There you go. Shalom,
Okay.
y'all.
Yay! All praises.
All right. Y'all know I'm not technical savvy, so I was like, oh, no. But here we go. The Most High worked it out.
He did. All
Right. That's why
praise.
I said it's no rush. It's okay. We're gonna get here when we supposed to be here. Man's going to the Lord, so we okay.
All right.
Kind.
Oh, praises. So, welcome to our sister Gia. Thank you so much for joining our
Con.
podcast. If you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself to sisters, you can go ahead and do so.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm Gia, and I'm a wife of 26 years, a mama of six, five boys and one girl, ages 26 all the way to 13, and the youngest, that's our girl. Um, let's see, I'm a business owner. Our family owns a trucking business, and I'm a homeschool teacher for the past, I keep forgetting, but I think I'm going into my 18th year.
Oh, yes,
Um,
that's experience
and
right there.
so I have two left at the table. And all praise to the Most High. And I'm just, I love sisterhood and I love this. This is wonderful. And thank y'all for
Okay.
allowing me to come on.
No, thank you for coming on.
Hold on, I gotta give a shout out to our sister. To be modest on Instagram,
Oh,
this is
uh-huh.
this sister recommended Sister Gia. So
Oh, okay.
listen,
Yeah,
I say all
that's
praise
my
to the Most
sister.
High. Thank that sister right there, because she
Yeah.
was like, listen, this sister, she got more experience than me. So I'm gonna let you know. Go ahead and get in
Oh,
contact with that sister. And I was like, Lord, please let this sister be available. So I am so thankful that you're
all
available. You had the
praises.
time to do it, and you were able to fit it into your schedule.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
Okay.
all praises. I'm glad to be here.
all praises to the Most High. So we were just touching on how our children basically, the role models that they have nowadays are kind of, well, not kind of, a lot of them are wicked, and a lot
Mhm.
of them it's like the idol worship type spirit. So they're like, who do you want your who is your biggest idol? And they name people like Young Miami or the City Girls, and um who some people you were saying, Abarriyah?
Cardi B.
Yes, Cardi
Yeah,
Oh,
B
Cardi
and stuff
B.
like that. And so we were just saying how we the future of our lineage and heritage is our children, and starting with them, we have to really correct those things and take them from that path and put them on a correct path, and show them the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of our law, statutes, and commandments and our heritage that the Most High has given unto us. So I was just touching on how they have our children like with drag queens and reading time and things like that in public school. So I kind of wanted to get your opinion on that and share that with sisters.
Con.
yeah. See, the the thing that I always tell, these sisters that um say, well, I can't homeschool, or I don't know how to homeschool, or I don't have the patience and that kind of thing, then I say to myself, and I also share it with them, and I say, you know what? Right now in the schoolhouse, just like you just said, they got the LGBT thing, and then they got the different sexual orientations, and it's all in the books. It's in the books
Mm,
that they're given the children to open up and read. You know what I mean? And I can say I'm in a different era now because my oldest, they were in, it was like 2002, that kind of thing. People might not think I'm that old, but yeah, I'm old. But anyway, so they went to private school. So my
okay.
three oldest went to private school because, of course, Gil was a working outside the home, helping my husband and everything right there. And we had them in private school, so it was much more like closed up, so they didn't get those different things that you have today, where you got all these music people, and they half got clothes on, and the little girls is looking at them like, oh yeah, I want to be that, I want to be
Mhm.
this, and it's like, where, who y'all trying to be like, so back then
Right.
it wasn't like that, in the schoolhouse. So now, I tell these sisters, I said, don't put them babies in that schoolhouse, because it's so much stuff that you won't know unless your child comes home and shares it with
And
you,
tell you.
which a
Mm-hmm.
lot do not, especially us in this truth. Um, and there are people that, yes, they put their child in the schoolhouse, and that's between them and their head. That's between them and their house. But then they come and they say, "Oh man, Gia, um, my child came home and told me they had an assembly about the different orientations, and
Mm.
if Bobby come and he say that he want to be called Suzanne, then you supposed to call him Suzanne." And I'm looking like, well, Lord have mercy. I said,
Wicked. That's
back in
wicked.
the day, we didn't. I didn't go through that, in the schoolhouse. I didn't go through none of that stuff. But today, it's like us as mamas. Like I tell a lot of sisters, like when you carrying your baby, and let's say it's your first child, like you already a mama, and you gonna be a teacher. So mamas and teachers go together. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can't teach your child, why should you send them to the other nations to teach your child,
Mm.
to put their wickedness on your children, so
Yeah.
I don't know about all of that. I don't even know all them little stars or whoever they are, names and everything, but from what I see online and stuff, they be half dressed, and then you got the little ones. They out here on the what you call that thing, the TikToks, and they up there doing the same thing that they doing, and
Yeah.
so you say to yourself, what are y'all teaching them? Where's the mama? Where's the daddy? What's going on? So it starts in the home, and that's why it's called home school. You do
Right.
what you doing in your home. Can't nobody tell you what to do. You know, you might have to do math, reading this, but that mainly starts in high school. You know what I'm saying? When you have to do American history, you have to do this. But from pre-K all the way up to like eighth grade, you can pick and choose, of what you want to teach your child, you know. And so,
Yeah.
that's the good thing about homeschool. We don't have to have them celebrities up on the TV. You know what I mean? You put the truth sisters. They got a lot of videos. You put them up on the TV.
Yeah.
Learning and this and that. So that's the problem. And I don't agree with none of the stuff that's going on in the schoolhouse today. In this present time, I do not agree with it at all.
Um, I seen something about they have Satanist clubs at school. I have to
Oh,
pull it up. And I also seen something about how schools, public schools, they have to allow LGBTQ clubs. Like they don't get to say I don't want that. Like you have to allow it. So it's like that's
For
what our
real?
kids are being exposed to. Like they go to school and there's Satanist clubs and there's LGBTQ clubs and there's nothing you can do about it unless you disenroll your child from that school. There's nothing you can do about it. If they want to join, they're not gonna ask for parent consent.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
it's crazy.
That's the same thing when I was hearing about they were just giving children different like flu shots and things like that without
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
asking the parents
Mm-hmm.
permissions and stuff like that. And I'm
Yep.
like, that's crazy. So you gonna
Mm-hmm.
tell me you gonna give my child a daggone flu shot and then I have to know when I come home. I don't know what's in that vaccine that you
Mm-hmm.
giving them.
Mm-hmm.
They just do anything, whatever they
Yeah.
want. That
Yeah.
is sick and crazy. That I
Yeah.
don't think that's cool at all.
And they don't care because they're the other nations. They don't care nothing about us at
Mm-mm.
all.
Mm-mm.
Oh, baby, but they gonna make sure their
Mm-mm.
kids okay.
Okay, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
make sure them they own kind okay.
That's
So
right. That's how it works.
mm,
That's how it works. I have several sisters in the truth that their children are in the schoolhouse, and I have teachers too, sisters in the truth that are
Mm.
teachers. You know, and the stuff that they share, I'm just like, oh my lord. And then you got some that are like, you know what, this is my last year teaching because I
Mm.
cannot do it. Like I cannot because I'm going to either get fired or I'm gonna say something, and they're gonna be
Yeah.
all looking at me like, "Oh, what's wrong with her?" We the bad guys, because we
right.
don't want to do what's right. But another thing, sisters, the reason why they can do all of that stuff, like show films about the LGBT stuff, give the flu shot, say that you cannot, your child has to be vaccinated when they go to kindergarten. They have to have all of these vaccinations, and you cannot say religious exemption anymore,
Really?
because they got an agenda, you know, and they want, since their children is in it, they want everybody. They want to just, y'all come
Yeah.
on over here to the wicked side and let's do this. I want everybody, and we have to know that we set apart, and we got to know that we have to start moving our children out. You know, it
Yeah.
don't matter what age. I have some sisters that move their children out the schoolhouse when they're in high school. You know, because of course of the craziness that's in high schools now. And so it's just they have an agenda with all of that mess that's going on. And it's very sad.
Mm.
It's very sad.
And I don't think what they're learning at the schools are that profitable unto them. I don't think it's the wisdom of this world. They're not getting the wisdom of the Most High
No.
Yahawah Shah, and the world is never going to teach them that.
Oh no.
So
I'll tell
kind
you,
of has
most
to.
of the stuff I learned, don't
I don't
ask
even
me
remember.
what I learned in high school
It
because
ain't
I
helped
ain't
me
really
not one
learned
bit.
nothing.
It ain't helped me. All my learning came when I came into this truth. All of it.
Yep.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Mhm.
And one thing that you can do, when you homeschool, first on our agenda is the Bible. You know what I mean? So whenever, because sometimes some states you have to do reviews. So the state that I was in for 17 years, I had to do reviews, and I had the same person review me every year. So me and her, we knew each other. So she would always say to me every year, "Yeah, you is just so good with that Bible. You got that at the top every single year." And I looked at it like, yeah, and it's not going to change. They not telling me to do it because it's not on the curriculum. They don't say do Bible, but
Mm.
we get to put our own agenda. We get to put our agenda. What the Most High tells us to do.
Oh,
In
praises.
our curriculums. So that's the good part. About homeschooling.
Some people think
Kind.
that just because you homeschool your children, that they won't have social skills or they will lack in certain areas. And, I don't have any children. I don't have any homeschooling experience. So, can you speak to
Same.
that point of,
Kind.
developing the children in all areas so that they are well rounded and,
Yeah.
not socially awkward, or, they still know how to operate, when they
Mhm.
go outside and are
Mhm.
interacting with other children, or even have to go into the workplace or things
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that's the for the past 17 years, that is all that I have heard. Homeschool children have they don't have socialization skills. They don't know how to interact. They don't know how to go get a job. They don't know how to say, how to look a person in the face, and say, "How are you today?" Shake their hand. Let me tell you
Hmm.
something. If you have a single child, or if you have 10 children in the house, your child is going to have socialization skills, because the mother, the father, the child, we all speaking, we're
Right.
teaching, we're letting you know how to interact with other people on the outside. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's funny whenever they say that one thing. And also another thing about us homeschool families, we also join homeschool co-ops where our child can go and sit in a classroom just like the schoolhouse and have a teacher teach them, be it art, be it music, be it, things like that. But they have a social setting. So it's not like, oh, homeschool children are, in a little room in their house at the table. That's not how it is. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I have 6 children. So my oldest 3 are not homeschooled, but my youngest 3 are homeschooled. So my youngest 3, I have a 19-year-old, and he graduated from homeschool from pre-K all the way to 12th grade,
That's
and
beautiful.
he is a CDL truck driver.
All
Okay,
praises to the Most High.
so he works for our business. So they had to interact with people every day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He has to, say this, say that, talk to people. So it's like, it's like when people say that, I just laugh because and a lot of first time homeschoolers will ask me like, Sister Gia, people are saying they won't be socialized, they won't have socialization skills. I said, do you know my children? Okay, do you see my children? Okay, Jordan is a CDL truck driver. Zachary, who is 11th grade now, uh, next school year he'll be a senior, so he'll graduate 2024. He owns his own landscape business. Okay, so
Oh,
he goes
praises.
to people's houses. How you doing, sir? I'm doing landscaping. I'm not with him, standing there with him saying, Zachary, go do that. You got to say this. I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything. You know what I mean? He's 16. You know what I mean? He does it himself. He makes his own money. He does stuff himself. So we have to understand that, it's about the mother and the father in the household. So if they're social, your children will be social. Even if you have one child, they will be just as social as somebody that has a big family of 10. You know what I mean? So that's one scare tactic that the world will say to homeschoolers or people typing in what's going to happen if my child homeschools. That's the first thing that pops up. Socialization skills. They won't have this. And that's what gets people like scared to say, oh, well, I guess I can't do that because I want my child to be able to be outgoing, know how to conduct themselves at a job interview. Guess what? Mines do. And a whole lot of other sisters that I know of are very social. So that's just a scare tactic, you know? It ain't true. It's
Um,
not true at all. Mm-mm.
That was one of my concerns as well. And they're going to do
Mhm.
everything they can to try to get us to be scared to homeschool because they want all of our kids in the district, as you said, they want to put this wickedness on our children. They don't want us to nation build. So they're going to instill that fear like, don't homeschool. That I wouldn't do that. That ain't smart. Like if you was to ask an Edomite or a heathen about their advice on homeschooling, they'll be like, don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that.
Mhm.
They're not going to say nothing positive about it. So
Yes.
Well, they had to experience that during COVID, so
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes, they
mean,
did.
but some people did say that the children once they were home, they came back that it was like I guess the test scores were lower and things like that. But
Mhm.
that go also goes to the parent implementing
Yes.
time with that child to sit
right.
down and make sure that they have the understanding of the work. So, you
Yes.
do have to be more hands on when you are homeschooling. You do have to, make sure that your child understands. And another part of that I believe is patience because I really am a big believer that every child's learning curve is different, and
Yes.
that's
Definitely.
where
Mhm.
also the public school really lacks
Mhm.
understanding that they give you the one track book. They give you one book for every child and think
Mhm.
that this is going to work for every child.
Mhm.
So then they label children and put them in
Mhm.
classes that are accelerated or a little bit slower paced learning.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
feel like every child is different. Every child
That's right.
definitely is different.
That's right.
Con and
Yeah.
I'm a
Mhm.
pre-K one teacher. It's a private pre-K school, and
Okay.
I have 17 kids in my classroom, and I have two assistant teachers, and I can definitely attest to say that every child is definitely different. We have all different types of learning skills in that classroom, and
Mhm.
it definitely takes patience. That job has definitely increased my patience. So, but I do have a question for you, like, Sis Gia, about homeschooling. Like, what is it like? So, do you create your own lesson plans? Like, do you have like a consistent schedule? Is it Monday through Friday, or you do it on certain days? Like, how's that like?
Okay, well, when I first started out, and this is before the truth. Okay, so when I first started out, I did a 4-day work week, so it was Monday through Thursday. Um, that's what that's what I started out with, and then we've been in the truth for 10 years. So, and then when we came into
Okay.
the truth, I said, I said to myself, Lord, I said that's why you gave me Monday through Thursday. I said, because Friday, we Sabbath prepping. We ain't got time to be schooling on Friday, so that's how I do it. I do it Monday through Thursday. And in the beginning, of course, elementary school is way easier. Okay, you can piece curriculums together. You can get something from online, have them do like a online for maybe math, and then piece through your language, your spelling, your games, things like that. Elementary is very very simple. Some people do not have the, I guess, creativity, or like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this correctly, or I don't know if I can really teach, my child this, and this. And so they do an online, setting. Um, just to name a few, maybe a Becca, they do online. Now, these online courses, they do cost money, and they cost a pretty penny. Okay, so you have to be careful with that because it's per child, So in the beginning, you just do things, little cheap wise. Like I tell sisters, you can homeschool for free. Um, but you have to know how to do it, how to piece things together. Right. Now, when you get to the middle school part, you can still do the same thing, piece your things together. That's what I did, to make it easier for myself and for the kids. And then also, just like y'all said, all children are different learners. So I had some that were auditory learners where they like to put the headphones on and listen to the story. Then I had some that were visual. Well, I had to go to the chalkboard and write things, and then they're like, "Oh, okay," you know what I mean? So you have to. The Most High will give y'all that, give you what kind of a skill your child, a learning skill your child is, and then you can piece your curriculum together. Now, high school, like I tell sisters, high school to me, just to me, is easier because high school, they will tell you what your child needs to do. So your child will have to do 2 credits, 2 courses of algebra. Then they have to do a geometry, and then that's it. Now they can go and do calculus, trigonometry if they want. If your child is gifted, then they can keep going. English 4 years, history they got to do American, world, and that kind of stuff. So they'll tell you what you need to do. So for me, high school is easier because I can just do the online program, and my child will piece what they got to do. And then, of course, they turn it into me. I grade it, have my little grading sheet, do everything. And for high school, the only difference you have to do for high school is you have to do the transcripts every year. So you piece your script transcripts together, and then after 4 years, your child has their grade point average, all of that there. You do your diploma. You can make your own diploma. And your transcripts in the diploma that you give your child is credited for college, for community college, for any college out there. So that's another thing that a lot of sisters, a lot of people have, our scare tactic is, oh no, your child can't, won't be able to go to any kind of college or no kind of college credits. That's not true. That's not true at all. My 19-year-old, he did college courses at the community college. He did them while he was doing high school. So he did that. Of course, that he didn't go to college. My husband taught him truck driving, and all that stuff. So it's different courses for every child, So, but if your child is college bound, they can be homeschooled all the way through.
That's beautiful. All praises. I think it's so beautiful how the Most High, like, He'll give us that wisdom to, like, okay, your child needs this. Okay, your child needs that. This child needs this. And I think that's real beautiful. I think it's beautiful. All praise to the Most High. I think it takes a real skill, to be able to homeschool for that many years too. Like that's really all praise to the Most High. That's a
And
lot
they
of work
doing well
under your
too.
belt.
All praises.
Yeah,
All
all
praises.
praises. I'm like,
I love to see that.
my kids, they said something to me the other day. So I said, I think it's 17 years. So I'm going into the 18th year. And so with Zach, he'll be graduating. And then Jada, who's the only girl, she'll be graduating from 8th grade next year. So I said, oh Lord, I said, I'm only gonna have 4 more years, Lord willing. And that's it. Then I'm done. I could put my hat down. But but we'll see what the Most High do. He might give me some grandkids.
Lord willing.
All praises.
All praises.
And we'll see what happens.
God. All praises. There. Did you have some, Lily?
Oh, I was just thinking about one more thing, but you can go ahead. I can save it until you finish.
I was just gonna say there's this website called Teachers Pay Teachers. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Oh yeah.
But that's something I use sometimes for worksheets. They just for sisters that don't know of it, it's just a website where you can get all different types of worksheets for any age up until like pre-K, up until all the way in high school. Most of them are free, or they might cost like $5. But I think it's a really nice resource. I've used that the past few months at my job. So
Yeah, that's a great resource. Great resource.
I love Teachers Pay Teachers.
And the teachers that that put their worksheets on there, very talented. You know what I mean? And
Very
so
creative.
I have used it many times throughout the years. And some were free, and then some I was like, "Ooh, this is good for like $5. I'm getting like 100 and some pages." You know what I mean?
A whole packet.
So that is a beautiful resource. There's so many resources. I'm telling you, so many resources out there that it will show you if you are you don't have a lot of funds, extra funds for homeschool. Guess what? You can do things for free. There's so many online programs for free, and that's just how it is. And then for homeschool, what you do is you just budget a little bit. Every year I would just put a little budget. Tell my husband, okay, I'll put 50 over here, 50 over here, so I can get my little books and my little this and my little that. And back in the day, they don't do it now because, the COVID and all that mess. But back in the day, we used to do, it used to be one day and it was a book sale. And I would take my big thing of luggage, my big king size luggage, and I would go to that thing and I would take $100 with me, sisters, right? And I would come out, that whole luggage be full of books, be full of games, be full of everything. And I would always come back with change. Okay. But after COVID came and everything, they stopped doing it in Maryland. So but that's okay. But I was able to do that for a couple years. And now, of course, I had so much stuff. When we moved, I had to give things away. I had bookcases full of stuff. And I just gave and blessed some homeschool families and stuff, because it's like, I don't need it no more. Let me just hand it on to somebody else, So, but it is so many resources out here where you can really, literally homeschool for free. Really
even on Pinterest, they offer a lot of ideas. Pinterest. I think we just got to spark our creativity, and I think it also goes into striving to be that Proverbs 31 woman, looking at the ways of your household. Making sure your kids are straight. Wanting to be creative. Just looking. I feel like all it takes is just looking into it, researching, getting creative, putting stuff together, praying about it, asking the Most High, to work within you.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, and what I was thinking about is how I feel like, when our children are in the public schools, I heard about, it's like the school to the prison pipeline, something like that, on how, the structure of the schoolhouse is similar to the prison house. And so I think, if sisters kind of invest that time and, try to see what all it takes and to start homeschooling, it can kind of break some of those, strongholds that, our children have to experience. But that's all I had to say. I really, this is really edifying. Even though I can't, even though I can't implement it right now, it's something that I know I'm going to have to come back and watch this episode and be like, Sis Giah was dropping them gems, like, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna need this one day. So
we definitely, Lord willing, I definitely am, because I have I'm the only girl 2 out of 5 men, so I'm the baby, and I'm 19 too. So all praises.
Amen.
This is really beautiful. All praises. I know Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby, they got some like cheap classroom decor stuff too, like to just make it creative in your classroom. It's
that
out here.
Hooked it up. That sister hooked it up for Hanukkah, for a piece of dedication. That sister hooked it up in her classroom. Okay.
Amen.
That's
right. Amen. Like it don't take much, you know what I mean? I think a lot of sisters think, oh no, I need this, I need that, because you do look at a lot of these different sites and you see, oh, look at that. Look at her classroom. Wow, she got everything. Like it's looking nice up in there. You don't need all that. You know what I mean? If your head you ain't got it, your husband say no, I don't got it, then you can't do all that. You got to do what you can do. But guess what?
Right.
It's going to be your classroom. It's going to be where your children can go, get nurtured. You know what I'm saying? You take your mama hat off and put your homeschool teacher hat on, and all that stuff. And you're gonna learn just like the people that got it all decked out. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. And like you said, Dollar Tree, let me tell you something. Dollar Tree is the way to go. You hear me? I had said that many years ago. I said they need to endorse whatever it's called, endorse. I need to, put me down because I'll be at Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
They, I used to have my stuff. My stuff used to be decked out. My little homeschool rooms. Everything. My the feast days, everything's decked out. Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, there I go. And ain't spending nothing for it. But it's looking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Another thing too. I think a lot of sisters think that homeschool has to be in a classroom, or I have an extra room. Let me just get this together. It don't. Homeschool could be anywhere you at in your house. Okay, it could be at the kitchen table. It could be in the family room. On the floor playing the game. It could be outside on the picnic table when it's nice. You know, put doing painting or nature study. Let's paint the clouds. That I mean, it could be anywhere. So it's not like it has to be inside of inside of your home. You know what I mean? So that's another thing, through the years that of course I got. But a lot of new, homeschool mamas, they thinking I gotta do this and this. No, you don't. And that's another thing too. We're not the schoolhouse. So
Right.
we have to keep that there. Keep that over there. We're homeschooled. So you do what you want to do, for your homeschool, So that's another thing that sisters have to just get out their minds, that you don't have to be like the schoolhouse is,
Right.
9 to 3 and that kind of thing. You do what the Most High shows you to do. That's good for your family, for you and your children,
Because everybody's different. You got to start somewhere.
Everybody's different. That's how it is. Every homeschool is unique. That's what I tell sisters when they ask me. Every homeschool is unique. And whatever the Most High gives you, that's what He gives you.
You
And as
gotta
long
work
as,
with what
as
you
long as
got.
your kids is reading,
Gotta be content.
writing, and know how to add some money, there we go. There we go.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, y'all. My sister,
Let's go. Be good.
yeah, one of my sisters, she got her daughter this money set for Purim. Y'all, that money looked like it was real. I was like, hold up. But you do want to get them, something. I think you could get it on Amazon. If you teaching your children how to count money, it looked like the real money. So, when they get out here, they not playing with the monopoly money like,
That's
oh,
right.
this is this. But, use real, well, it wasn't real money, but it looked like it. So,
yeah, realistic.
that was real nice.
So that when they get in the real world, this is real. You know what I'm saying? This ain't play. You got to know how to look somebody in the eye. You got to know how to shake somebody's hands. You got to know how to say yes, ma'am. No, sir. You know what I mean? You got to know how to do those things. And when you learn that, you learn it in the home.
We just finished doing a butterfly. We just finished doing a butterfly release in my class on Friday. They had gave us these butterfly houses and caterpillars, and we watched them grow. I think it only took like 3 weeks, but I looked up the website and it's only like $20-$30 to do it yourself at your home. So I'm telling you, stuff like that, you just gotta. It don't cost that much.
No, we've done that many times. And then while you do that, then you could do a study on butterflies. That's science. So now we're doing stuff about butterflies and about caterpillars.
Some butterfly arts.
And that goes into science. That rolls into art, because now we can make some butterflies, with the little cotton balls and all that stuff. So it's beautiful,
Markers. Oh, I did want to kind of plug in Sister Shayna. Maybe I can put the link in the description below for sisters that are watching. But Sister Shayna has a book, y'all. It's Sabbath activities, but for homeschooling mamas, y'all can definitely use that activity book for arts and craft, or if y'all need some ideas of what to do and how to incorporate different activities within your curriculum. So I'll put that link in the description below.
Amen.
Okay. All praises. All praises. So I was homeschooled my preschool years. I dang near forgot, but I was homeschooled my preschool years. My mom, she took me out and I was in public school, but I was born in 2003. So the school
Okay.
district wasn't like crazy wicked. Not that I remember. It didn't start getting wicked until after I graduated.
Okay.
So like when I was in school, I didn't have to deal with no crazy stuff like at all. But it's like now, it's like the whole game done changed.
Yeah.
Everything. I don't know what's going on now. I'm scared to walk in the school
I know.
district. I don't want to go in there.
I said, thank the Lord, I ain't got to go up in no schoolhouse because I ain't going
Yeah.
up in. 'Cause you don't know, you meet these teachers and they acting hood and stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, you the teacher?
Yeah, I seen some of
No, thank you. And the little kids, the little girls
fighting.
and the young men, they walking around like talking crazy to the adults and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's sad. I said back, I know I'm old, but back in our day, back in the 80s and in the 90s, in the early 90s, when I graduated high school, let me tell you something. You ain't taught back. You know what I'm saying? And I went to
Right.
public school. I went to public school, from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. You ain't taught back. You taught back. Guess what? Somebody up in that thing, somebody know your mother, and they like, oh, okay, guess what? Okay, we gonna see who you, and when you get home, your mother done already knew. Yeah, so and so told me you was acting up. Today it ain't like that, because
No.
they probably telling their mother off, father off, teacher off. Don't nobody care. So it's very
Right.
sad, It's
Mm-hmm.
very, very sad.
I
And then
seen
we
this
also got to think about these, us being set apart and they doing all these holidays and, you
right.
know, the parties and the birthday and all that stuff, and then, you have your child sitting outside, while they do this. And your child feels like, oh, no, I can't be in there, and then kids might make fun of them, you know. So you got to think about this kind of stuff when you're sending your children, to the schoolhouse. That's another thing. Mhm.
Con.
But it's like to
Con.
each his own. All we can do is just share.
Right. Right.
Just share. That's it.
I seen this video of this lady. I think she's a sister. She was allowing. She might have been a heathen. I really don't remember, but she
Mhm.
was allowing two Israelite jakes to fight and go at it in the classroom. She said she thought it was a way they could express themselves. So it's like when we're
What?
giving our children to these other nations at school, they're gonna let them
Mhm.
fight. They're gonna be
That's
like they just laughing. Like she's and I
that's
think if I'm not
good.
mistaken, the article said she was laughing. Like they're going to allow that. They want us to tear one another down. So
Mhm.
it's really, I, it's real
It's really
sad.
sad.
It's
It is.
sad.
Yeah.
It's
We
very,
got to
very
be the ones. I feel like we have to be the ones to build our children up. These other nations are gonna do it. They're not gonna teach them the ways they have by Shemal Shai because the law wasn't given unto them. It was given unto Jacob, unto us. They're not gonna teach our children right from. We have to be the ones to do it. We have to be the
Amen.
ones to build our children up so they can grow up and they can be that next generation that's doing as well, pleasing in the eyes of the Lord.
That's right. Amen.
So
Amen. All
that's
praise.
what I
Okay,
think.
sister. So I put that link down below. It is to the Instagram. I couldn't find the one directly on Amazon, but Lord willing, y'all can use that link and get that book.
Mhm.
So y'all can add it within y'all curriculum.
Amen.
Um, but so like, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all. I apologize.
No, you good. You put it in the comments.
Yes, I did. I put
I
it
don't see
inside
it yet.
the live chat.
Oh, the live chat. I don't see it yet. Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
And I
but
wanted to share something else if I can.
yeah, of course.
Me and Sister Ashia, we do a homeschool virtual co-op. We started it like when COVID came. So this September, Lord willing, it'll be 3 years that we have been doing it. And the children are so beautiful. I just get so blessed every time they come on the Zoom thing. Now we're doing just once a month, and so it's just a little Zoom class. So we might do baking or Lego steam building, painting, things like that, music, and so that is called Homeschool Virtual Co-op. So like if anybody's listening and they want to do a little co-op class or whatever, just email
I like
me and
that.
we can come on and enroll a child. And also it's free. We don't ask for no payment. Only donations if you like to donate. Um, because we have to do that for our people, and it's
Um,
beautiful when the children can see each other, you know,
um,
and they all look alike.
Mhm.
They be like, oh, it's so beautiful. And a lot of the children have met little friends, you know, little
aw,
Israelite friends and stuff, from the little co-op we do. So it's a blessing, you know, um, that we have started hosting, those classes. So I'm just blessed.
kind.
It's like almost it's be 3 years in September. I can't
That's
believe
a
I said we
blessing.
just started this thing. But all
Yeah.
praises,
All right.
the most High
Time
doing.
flying.
Yeah, I'm
See,
excited.
and I'm definitely more of a hands-on. I can't be that
Mhm.
hands-on in my job because they want us to do like 2 worksheets per subject. So I can't be that hands-on like I would like to, but I'm a very hands-on type of person. I like to move with my
Mhm.
hands and I
Yeah.
like to do math activities and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's nice.
Amen. Amen.
All
All
praises.
praises. All praises.
Sis Giah, did you want to let the sisters know like the direct contact information or email or your socials so that sisters
Yeah.
could
Well.
get in contact with you or anything?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, my Instagram is chat with Gia, and then the homeschool Instagram is homeschool underscore virtual underscore co-op. Um, and there's some nice little things on there, little posts that we share, for children, for parents to see. Oh yeah, let me do this with my child, or that kind of stuff. So that's. Oh, and another thing. Oh yeah, I'm a part of Cover Girls. I don't know if y'all have heard of that, but I am one of the writers, and so we are doing something new starting in September for homeschool families. And so it's the IG is just Cover Girls. And you can go on there. It's a resource center, and you can enroll your homeschool. It's like a little fee, 6.95, 7.95, something like that, one time fee. But you can get a box of school supplies. You can get calendars from September to March of homeschool activities or classes that we'll be doing. So we're just trying to do some things just for our homeschool children, especially for
Okay.
mothers that need help or they need another class, for their child and they don't have to teach it. So hey, we could do art. They don't got to teach art. You know what I mean? So it's just things like that we like to do just to help our nation out there.
Oh, praises. And last but not least, could you tell us a little bit more about your podcast?
Come.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, yes, my good sisters, myself, Sister Crystal, and Sister Yapashana, we have a podcast called Sisters, oh Lordy, Sister Talk Tea Party.
Yes.
And we come on like once a month, because of course we're wives, mamas, we busy. And so, but Lord willing, we do it once a month. Now we don't go live, y'all. Okay, like y'all do, okay, because we would be laughing and messing up and everything. But all crazy. But we have a YouTube too and an IG, and it's Sisters Talk Tea Party. for both. And we mainly do audio, but we do have YouTube video. We did video one time, and we just talk about just life in general, of being a sister, in this truth. And we just come out and just bring some Bible verses with it, bring some stories, about our own things, sisterhood, motherhood, marriage, health and wellness. I think our last one was about dealing with negative people. I think that's the last one that's on. And the one for June, it is going to, we have a guest on there. So talking about RVing, living in an RV. So we just like to, just, and we real, we be so real. Okay. And so you get the good, the bad, the ugly, but it all comes together. We just share what's in our hearts and what we've been through, and bring scriptures with it, and we just have a good time. We just hope it blesses the people.
All
praises.
praises.
Thank you for
All
asking.
praises.
Yes, we gotta make sure we support one another. This ain't this might be our first time me and virtually Sister Giah, but this ain't gonna be our last time, okay? So we need to know.
Right. I told the sisters, I said, oh Lord, I said, I think that the young sisters, they podcast is live. And so they was like, yeah, you gonna do all right, you good. I said, well, I'm just gonna act myself. I'm just, this is who I am. So
That's right. That's right.
but it was beautiful. I just gotta say this. I love seeing young sisters in this truth, just sharing what y'all share. I go for my walks every day, except for the Sabbath, but I go for my walks every day, and I had put on your podcast the last time I walked on Friday, and I was just listening and listening. And then as I'm walking, y'all had laughed about something, and I started laughing. And I was just like, and then y'all was bringing it out. I said, y'all better go ahead, sister. I was just like, you better go ahead. So I just love it, especially because y'all young, and we need this. We need young sisters out here, in this word. You know what I mean? Just, talking and just sharing, because, some sisters just, they don't know. And it's good whenever you have sisters out here just sharing, you know what I mean? And just sharing their love for the word, sharing their love for the Most High, and just, bringing it out here on YouTube, because you don't know who you blessing. People might not comment, but guess what? They listening.
Watching.
That's so all praises. So my heart just gets filled. I'm just like, all right, Lord. I love it.
All praises. All praises. Look, I'm gonna reach out to you one day. Trust me. We're gonna be in contact.
All right now.
All praises.
Amen.
Did you want to close out, Abarriyah? I had one precept that I do want to bring out before we close up.
Pressure on me to close out.
Okay.
I opened up.
Listen, don't be putting all that pressure on me like that, but actually, I'm gonna read this precept that you sent me, and then I'm gonna read the one that I had. So
yeah, that was a spirit. I was just reading Sirach 7 before eating breakfast before we started. I was like, look at that. Perfect precept.
So this is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and 23. It says, "Hast thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth."
Amen.
Verse 24, "Hast thou daughters, have care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful towards them." So we have to instruct our children. We have to show them which way they should go so they don't depart from it. Amen. And this is Titus chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. So,
Amen.
Lord willing, that this episode was edifying for sisters. We really, really, really thank you, Sister Giah, for taking out time of your day to come on here and give sisters that wisdom. Like I said, Lord willing, sisters was edified. Y'all learned something new. And if y'all need Sister Giah, she gave y'all the information. Go ahead and reach out so that y'all can get y'all homeschooling journey started. Lord willing, we see y'all again here in 2 weeks. We love y'all. Shalom.
Shalom.